Well, folks, you found it. The most unprofessional little podcast there ever was. Ain't much else to say. Just sit back, sip on some whiskey, and be entertained. Because the Whiskey Bros are about to make love to your ears.
What are you pouring there?
Larceny. Grand Larceny.
Okay.
Spinning since we have our guest on today.
I mean, it's sounding like a rather legal term.
Is that you?
I don't know. Is this my whiskey? Or is this Doc's? I've got a glass. You got a glass. You've got a glass.
Doc, you have a glass?
We did. I don't know.
Those two are dry.
Oh, yeah. Right here.
Yeah. There we go.
All right. Well,
Okay. Drink of the night right here.
Drink of the night?
Drink of the night.
What is it, Doc?
Grand Larceny.
I think it's just larceny. I threw in the grand.
Not too grand.
Yeah.
Oh, there's no.
It's
It's
pretty
pretty grand.
Yeah,
It's pretty
great.
grand.
Yeah. But I
Yeah.
just threw in the grand.
I know nothing about this distillery.
Me neither. I don't even know where the juice is from.
I think it's I don't know.
MGP?
Damn it, we're not here to talk about the whiskey, though.
Well, it's the whiskey of the night, so
Just
we
saying,
kind of
it's
are.
barrel proof.
Yeah, it's 100. It's like
Kentucky.
126, isn't it?
Yeah, it's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's they don't release it but once a year, I think. So if you can find barrel-proof Larceny, get it.
Get it.
Well, it's good.
Very good.
It's good.
What are we here to talk about then?
We're here to talk about our Lord and Savior.
Jesus.
Yep.
Judge Clark, deliver us from this evil.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Yes.
No, we are here to talk with our county judge back again for his second
Yeah.
appearance on the show.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we're not going to hit you with all those formal "what do you do" questions anymore.
When did we do that? When was that?
That was 2024. Yeah, it was 20. It was
Beginning of, maybe.
Man, it's been a little while.
been a minute.
Yeah.
Were you on before or after Christmas?
After.
Was it after?
I'm not sure.
I think you were on before Christmas.
I should have looked that up.
2025.
So it was you were here in 2023. Then it's been almost 2 years.
Wow.
That's outrageous, ain't
Yeah.
it?
I'm glad to be back.
And still our county judge.
That's right.
The
That's
county
right.
still loves you, damn it.
Yeah.
We are glad to have you back on.
Thanks.
But we're going to talk about your music too, for sure.
Oh, okay.
But today it's like we're talking about restorations of historic buildings.
Yeah.
Well, the building.
There's
Only one.
there's more to talk about, right? Maybe. Perhaps.
I doubt it. Not as important.
Not as important, no, but we can touch on it. One that fire might have kissed a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, gotcha.
Okay.
Yep.
We'll see. I don't know
Yeah.
what that one's going to offer.
Gotcha.
But mostly we're here to talk about the historic Wise County Courthouse in Decatur, Texas, and it's 99.2% completion as we speak.
We're going to rededicate on Thursday.
Okay.
Later this week, and it's full court press. Getting it there, it's a chance for the community to come walk through it before we move in. There'll still be things that we want and need to do after it, but this really, especially since it's a working courthouse, to let people come in before we're back in. There's then nothing secure, sensitive. They can actually go in all the areas that normally they wouldn't. And, so it's gonna be great, and you guys got to visit that with me.
We did.
Today,
We got the dusty tour.
VIP
tour.
You saw it's a hustle up there right
Okay,
now.
I'm really flattered that
ants.
like we didn't get to see it in its truly completed state. We got to see it in its almost completed state, but still a work in production with all the crew there, like
The final
working,
touch-ups. if
Yeah,
you will.
night and day to finish.
Yeah.
Literally night and day through the
like
weekend.
The cleaners showed up while we were there,
Yeah.
because they're
It's
ready to start
Sunday.
getting the dust. Yeah,
They're working on a Sunday.
That's right.
Yeah, which I'm surprised they didn't just walk in and then go, nope. There's too much going
Not
on.
today. They probably thought a Sunday would be a nice, quiet time to come
Yeah,
clean on that
it was
building.
it.
So,
Yeah, those guys were
And-
getting after it, boy. There's like ants just going everywhere. Just
yes, we were just staying out of the way. A lot of
trying
moving
to.
pieces.
Trying to.
Yeah,
I think we got in a couple of their
You got in trouble. Actually,
Yeah, I got in trouble down in the basement.
The project manager was like,
Who the heck are you?
Who are you, and why are you here? Oh, we're with the judge. Oh,
Yeah,
you
that's
guys
And you were
exactly.
going for a great photo. I mean,
We were.
yes,
We
yeah,
were.
Yeah,
I was in a hustle to get down there, too.
yeah.
had the best of
Apparently-
intentions.
Apparently, y'all got a good photo.
We got a couple of good photos, bro.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw one. I saw one looking up from,
Yeah, that was cool.
you know,
was that?
it showed three real men
That's
up
right.
there.
Yes.
That was rather something.
I told
And we didn't look too winded either.
No,
you know?
no.
Oh,
wasn't
there
bad.
it is.
Yeah, look at that.
I told Judge,
How
I'm
cool
like,
is that?
if that gets a Pulitzer Prize, I better be getting the credit. Yep.
That's at the.
That's a cool shot.
That's at the tippy top of the courthouse.
It is. You don't get much taller than that in Wise County.
You see our new bird mesh there. Real exciting stuff. But
Yeah.
Well,
You got to keep those government spy drones out of the courthouse tower.
It's so much cleaner than it was.
Oh, man.
That's for sure.
Was it pretty messy up there with bird,
Oh, yeah.
nasty,
bird
nasty.
droppings and nestings?
Yep.
Deep.
Ooh, you don't think about that. Just adds little layers of insulation, though, right?
Something.
So, what do you do with that space up there?
You take photos in it.
Yeah, you take photos.
Okay.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, okay.
And you put really cool lights in it.
Yeah, so you
Okay.
can see some of the light bars back
Yeah.
there, so we can illuminate the tower. But other than that, it's just tower space, and we went up there just to see the view and make the climb all the
We
way
gotta
up.
we gotta
so.
give Jimmy a shout out just in case he
yeah,
watched.
yeah.
Jimmy, what's his last name again?
Jimmy Counts.
Counts.
Yeah,
Yes,
he's
sir.
facilities manager, and he's been the county rep there pretty much every day on site.
Yeah.
And he's up there yesterday and today.
So it's a big
just-
job.
Oh, huge job. A lot of moving pieces, and he's there, to be accountable for us, and he's done a phenomenal job, and he's worn out. So
Yeah,
I
he's
bet you
ready.
both are a little tired. I see a few more gray hairs on your head, too.
No joke. No joke. When you started that video earlier, I was like, good Lord, my hair's gray. So
Yeah, I get in the mirror now. Like,
Distinguished.
the beard,
Distinguished.
the beard has turned gray.
Yeah.
obviously. But now I'm looking. I'm like, do I have dirt in my hair or something? Oh, no, that's gray hairs coming
Yeah.
through,
You're
man.
just getting there, dude.
And you're a couple years younger than me, aren't you?
yeah, I'm 40.
Okay, so you're younger than me.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
When is your birthday?
September 20th.
So you just turned 40.
Yep.
Oh, all right. Well,
Yep.
welcome to the 40s and
Thank you.
congratulations.
Yeah.
Being an elected official has not put you in the dirt yet.
Not yet. Not yet.
God willing, you
Yeah,
still got
yeah.
a good half century in you.
So let's get into a little bit of start us from the front, man, from the starting. Like when did it start? What's the loops you had to go through to get all that? And,
It's been a long process, not on the construction end of it, which is its own thing, but just the whole process of securing the grant, all the state historical commission, and I don't say hoops in a bad way. They have those hoops
for sure.
to protect historic buildings, and they have high standards. But it started out, this is a grant program that's existed since 1999.
Okay.
It's a Texas Historic Courthouse
Wow,
Preservation
26
Program.
years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's when the state started the grant program. Wise County had tried to get it a couple different times and were not successful. And it's because you got to have all the pieces lined up. It's
Yeah, you do.
it's not just that you want to restore the building, but where's everybody going to go during the restoration? Have all those things worked out. So
Is this grant program specifically for courthouses?
For Texas courthouses.
Yes.
Yep, that's it. So it actually started, George W. Bush was governor at the time, and his wife, Laura, is First Lady of Texas. She's going around doing all her First Lady duties. And a lot of events, of course, that they would invite her to are on town squares of the courthouse, and she started noticing how decayed a lot of them were getting. And as she talked to these county officials, she's like, "What, these courthouses were, Texas treasure, why are they falling apart?" And they explained to her, like, well, a county would have a really hard time just on our own funding this.
Right.
And so that's where the grant program idea was born, and the legislature has continued to fund it every 2 years when they meet and appropriate money for it.
Good.
So when I came into office, I got elected in 2014. I knew that was something I wanted to do. I wanted us to finally be able to restore the courthouse, and for a lot of reasons. I mean, the historical preservation, the usability of the building going forward, because it was in rough shape
Overall
as a workplace.
county pride.
Exactly. And especially as we grow and change, like, it's that much more important.
Yeah.
So a few years into that, probably about 2017, reached out to the State Historic Commission to learn about, okay, how could we kind of kick this off, because it's a 2-track process. First, you apply for a planning grant, and the planning grant is to do all the research, get all the construction documents ready.
Yeah.
And then you apply for the construction grant. And they do that because they want to make sure, like, you're really in it. If they're going to give you this level of funding, they want you to be really in it. Well, you have to have what's the term for it? A master plan for the courthouse, kind of like a 30,000-foot view document of history of the building, major changes that have happened to it, what are the big outstanding needs to to be eligible for the grant. Wise County had done one, a master plan for the courthouse, back in 1999-2000 when the grant program was new. And the State Historic Commission said, that's too long ago. The building needs have changed. Your master plan's expired. You got to update a master plan before you can apply for the planning grant. I said, well, crap. They said, but we'll give you funding to cover the cost of that because we would love to see Wise County pursue this grant. So they paid for us to do the master plan update, which was awesome.
Yeah.
So then we worked on that with the architects, applied for the planning grant, got the planning grant, spent, because it's every 2 years they do the grant, spent the next 2 years doing all the construction documents and what is this going to look like, what's it going to take. We applied for the construction grant and ranked number 1 out of the counties that applied. We actually got the highest score of a courthouse grant application because we've just got so many things going for us.
This is like you're getting a grade school exam.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
They're like, you did a great job. Here's your money.
Yeah.
You got 101.
Yeah. And it was awesome.
Teacher's pet. This is
it was awesome because, they score you on things like the uniqueness of your architecture, need of the building. Of course, you score higher. And we just were racking up everything, and it's one of the most stunning courthouses, in my opinion, in the state.
definitely.
And so they were excited about that. So we got the grant. We received the grant in July of 2022 is when they awarded us the construction grant. Then we had to go through a long process of legal documents with them. And so then by June of 2023, we hired the general contractor. We bid it out and awarded that bid in June of 2023. And they got started right after that. So
2 years later.
2 years later.
When was the original proposed completion date?
So I was wanting to rededicate in May because that's National Historic Preservation Month. And I like tying dates together, and things like that. That didn't happen, obviously. But then October works out good, too, because 130 years ago this month, they laid the cornerstone for that building. So that's pretty neat. So, and now here we are 130 years later, to rededicate it and let people see it more how it looked then than we've ever known it since a lot of the mid-century changes.
Sure.
So
Yeah. So what's so important about courthouses in Texas?
Texas has a lot of really unique courthouses, and a lot of it came from when we became a state and then got divided up into counties. Like, our county's 1856 is when they created Wise County. In 1860, the state legislature gave counties the ability to incur debt, bond, to build court facilities because they were frontier towns. There were not, our first courthouse was a 16-foot by 16-foot log building that had been a trading post first.
Yeah.
And so we just set up a shop in there.
Essentially the size of this room.
Yeah. So then 1860, you see a lot of counties post-Civil War doing some bonding to build courthouses, and they really did them right because I think that they were feeling so young and scrappy as a state, as counties, that it was aspirational, and they were trying to show like we're not just a rough frontier place, like
it's like
this.
Show some establishment.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and like. The Wise County Courthouse, you can read in an editorial from 1895 Wise County Messenger article where they're calling on the county fathers. They knew they were debating on what kind of courthouse to build, and they said, give us a courthouse that shows the wealth and opportunity, I'm paraphrasing a little bit, that's possible for Wise County. So they were saying, let's build a building to live up to, And, our 2 prior courthouses has both been burned by arson. That's rough morale blows on a startup community to have 2 of your courthouses burned by arson. And so they said, let's build something grand. And 2, the counties at the time were so small that all your county business would have been in that courthouse. And so they were really setting the tone for how they valued, I think, public service, local government, and the justice system because I think they wanted you go into a building and have some healthy respect for the justice system. And you guys saw it today, and I know we'll get into this some, but you got to walk into that courtroom and it takes your breath away.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
It was crazy.
And I can only imagine what that looked like in 1895.
You feel this aura of importance.
Yep.
When you're in there, for what, not only just the room and the building, but what might be going on. And like these are very serious matters. They're going to be you're judging a man or woman's life in this court of law. So I think that resonates with the architecture.
And for me, I think about, thinking how strange and out of place it must have looked in 1895 to see it on that hill. Because it's noticeable now on the hill. But then, I just think about the decision making that those county commissioners had to make to do that, because they didn't have to build a building like that.
Yeah,
and they chose to because of what they were seeing for their community. And I just get stunned by that too. Right. Like, what a belief in what they were doing, and what a gift they gave us. That 130 years later, we're still appreciating all the things it's seen in that time.
And then just real quick, because you mentioned it, and some people might not know it, you mentioned the other two courthouses, and they were not at that location, correct?
One was the one they built in 1860, 1861 was there on the
spot?
Town Square.
Okay.
Yep, it got burned down in 1881 by an arsonist. Then the third one that they built in 1881 was on the northwest corner, kind of like where the Masonic Lodge building is.
Okay.
It got burned by an arson in January of 1895.
Okay.
We built this one.
Okay, so because the story I always heard was the first one was out by like kind of where 280, somewhere by 287, and then it moved in.
That's the trading post one that I'm talking about.
Okay.
Yes.
That was out by.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I see.
And that building got moved.
Doc.
Yep.
Okay.
Is it? Yeah.
It's my phone here.
Oh, it's yours?
I'll put it out of the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
China's,
that's your phone.
Yeah, he's got China on that thing.
They're listening.
And the other thing too is, we're fortunate. A building like that all depends on who your architect is, and our commissioners hired a doozy of an architect with James Riley Gordon, and what they did is they put out the call that Wise County was going to build a courthouse, and these architects, basically send in renderings, paintings of this is what I would build you if you design for you. And like, we've got a copy of that painting. All his papers are in the archives at UT Austin at the architectural school.
Oh, wow.
And they've got that painting he did for Wise County. And
we're going to get that?
Yeah, we've got a copy of it. Yeah. And
nice.
It's really cool. But he's a neat guy because he was, he didn't go to college. He worked for an architect and apprenticed and learned how to do it, and ended up building 18 courthouses in Texas. He did the state capitol building in Arizona.
Oh, wow.
And,
he was all over the nation.
Yeah, he started here. He was originally out of San Antonio, and after he built all these Texas courthouses and kind of made a name for himself, then he started getting other public buildings and ended up in New York, in early Manhattan, and was the president of the New York Society of Architects.
Let's stop and think about that. Okay, this is late 1800s.
Yep.
There's no internet.
Yep.
Mail is very slow. Probably still Pony Express, I'd imagine, at the tail end of the 19th century.
Yeah.
No social media. So you know how hard it is to even get attention with us, just to get a show promoted, whatever, these days. And everything is all availability you can imagine. Can you imagine, like, this guy, word of mouth, starts here, does a couple of great structures, and all of a sudden he's nationally known.
Yeah, he's probably got to draw them by hand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like he's the guy drawing the plans, being the architect.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's no small thing.
No. Where were we at in his buildings? Do you know? Because you said he did like 18 different courthouses?
Yeah, so he did, I'm trying to think, because I get them mixed up. Our sister courthouse is the one in Ellis County, Waxahachie.
Yep.
He did the plan for that too.
What does that mean? Sister courthouse?
They match. Like, they're basically identical floor plans.
Oh,
Theirs
okay.
is just bigger and stretched out a little bit.
And
you can.
There's some there's some there's some stuff going on in the Waxahachie.
Yeah, it was the bigger sister.
Thankfully, our commissioners and he was paid and they treated him well, because he wasn't treated so well in Waxahachie. And
is it Waxahachie? Or you're saying wax? That's
Waxahachie.
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 Are you saying wax or wax?
Wax.
What is it, JD?
I say wax.
Waxahachie.
Waxahachie.
Yeah.
That's Waxahachie.
I've heard it both.
Yeah.
That's why I was asking.
Okay, Alvoid.
No, that's Alvord. But I've heard people say it both. Yeah.
Waxahoochie.
But,
I've never heard that one.
Well, so, and I know that story that you're talking about. That wasn't the architect, though, that got mad because he sold them the plans. And
that was it.
Yeah,
it was the mason?
He was involved. Yeah, it was the mason. Yeah. The stone,
which is
stone
important
carver.
too.
Yeah.
But if you go to the now you have me second guessing my own self. You go to Waxahachie or Waxahachie, go to the courthouse and look at the little cherubs and gargoyle faces. They're not all happy.
Yep.
They're not all happy. Just put it that.
And there's and then there's one part of that story that like he had a girlfriend or was having an affair in town while he was the stonemason, the stone carver, and she's one of the faces and starts out beautiful, and then as you progress around, it gets worse.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So they've got some colorful stories with that.
Oh my gosh, you're gonna make me take a closer look.
Yeah.
Some really cool lore,
Yeah. So he did that one. Gosh, it must have been the year before us. Waxahachie is when he did that. Sulphur Springs, Hopkins County, very similar in style to us and close. He, I don't know where we fell in his 18, to be honest with you. His style changed a little bit. When he got to us, he'd already done several courthouses, and he'd pivoted more to this style they call Romanesque, is what our courthouse is, and it's inspired by castles in northern Italy, southern France. And so, little kids all the time call it the castle. And they're not wrong. They're seeing castle lines is what they're doing, and things they recognize from a castle.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Awesome.
Okay, let's expand on that a little bit. So I was just recently in Chicago over the summer, for those No Kings protests that I had to go to.
Yeah, you had to go to.
Had to be at those, right? I just missed out on the other ones, unfortunately.
It was just in Denton this week.
Was it? Oh, they were all over the place. Fort Worth, Dallas.
Oh, yeah? It's still happening?
Closest, yeah.
And I kind of want to go to
They're greatly successful.
Did you get your check for it yet?
No.
Yeah, we still don't have a king.
George Soros has not paid me yet.
Yeah, they're doing great work.
Yeah, we have no king, so they're doing the Lord's work.
Yeah.
But we were in just Chicago. And it was with my cousin, Chris Maurer, and we were walking through the Union. Have you been to Union Station in Chicago?
I have not.
Big rail depot. And we were walking through. I'm like, you know what? We got time to kill. Let's go cruise through the lobby. And you go through this lobby, and this old turn-of-the-century architecture is just confounding. Granite pillars.
Did you go down the stairs in the
whatever.
Untouchables?
No, I did not pull a Sean Connery or whatever.
Yeah, that's a great scene.
Is that set in that building?
Yeah.
Is it in Union Station when they take him down?
The baby with the baby carriage coming down.
Yeah, how could you not do that, bro?
Was that set in Union Station? I know it was Chicago, but there's a lot of big buildings in
Chicago.
You're going to have to schedule another protest there so you can go back. I'm just saying.
Chris Maurer, get us a protest scheduled so I can come back. I don't want to see the family or anything.
Anyway, sorry.
Okay, anyways, but we were just standing and we're awestruck by this old architecture that doesn't seem to be done that way anymore. Yeah. And we were talking about it. It's like, man, this is back in a time when the nation took absolute pride in everything that it did. Like the government put here was a pillar of society and community. So the buildings that they built to reflect that are also pillars of the community and the government to solidify, like, we are here to serve you or whatever. And nothing, we were, when you asked us when we went into the courthouse after it was modernized, I told you it was like modern government buildings are just kind of harsh, cold, soulless. There's not, they don't build them that way, right? Not anymore.
And I think even broader beyond government buildings, like our architecture just doesn't do that a lot anymore.
It's minimalized.
It's all about minimal or brutal and just these hard lines, and there's no personality or passion to them. And I'm sure architecture students would disagree with me on that.
We probably just hurt a lot of feelings.
Yeah.
Oh, they can come on the show and defend themselves.
But you're right, though, because, and I even read an interesting thing about, in some of the old European cities, they were showing like just the ornate street lamps they used to do, and it was trying to reflect beauty in community life and bring it into common places. And that's what we did with that courthouse. And I mean, if we didn't have that courthouse, you'd never see the government build something like that now,
right.
and it's a shame. And Trump's got an executive order, and he had done it in his first term as well, and he redid it. But he's got an executive order that any new federal buildings built during his term will be done in the classical style.
Oh wow!
And I think that's great.
I do too.
And I think we need more of that
here and stand the test of time.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a representation of our society.
And those classical buildings were, it wasn't just because they liked them and thought they were pretty, but the founding fathers that were laying out the first capital, they were trying to build buildings that were inspired by the Greeks and the Romans, saying that's the kind of republic that we're trying to do here and pay tribute to that. And if you eliminate that, people aren't going to know it and they're not going to realize it. So you look like every other place, you know?
Yeah, it just turns back into dust.
Yeah.
What's
Which is
left
wild.
there?
Yeah. What do we even build with intention
Anymore?
right now?
Yep.
Anymore. I mean,
even skyscrapers,
libraries,
these
not
megalithic
colleges.
skyscrapers are coal, glass, steel. That's it.
Yeah.
They're kind of pretty. Like they're...
Can't even withstand an airplane.
Oh, my God.
Too soon. I got it.
But you look at the first skyscrapers when they got all that cranking, and they were ornate. They were, Art Deco stuff.
They had
the Empire State
art
Building.
pieces on the top of them.
Yep.
Yeah.
They look like they're stone monoliths. Like the carbide and carbon building in downtown Chicago is one of my favorite. The Wrigley Tower? I don't remember. It's got the clock tower on it, but you go to Fort Worth, Texas.
Yep.
Some of those old buildings are granite, marble, brick, and still holding up just fine. I mean, they need care, maintenance, whatever. But
for sure. And and that's the other thing is here we are talking about restoring and moving back in to a 130-year-old building, and it's in great shape. It's beautiful. We're going to use it as a courthouse for a long time.
It's got good bones.
Things we're building now, we won't be talking about in 130 years, And you mentioned Fort Worth. I think they did such a good job with Bass Hall, because it's the classical style, and they made it work in an urban setting, and you notice it and you think about it as you walk past. And
you show up. You walk in Bass Hall, you're like, oh, this is beautiful, and then the sound is perfect.
Yep.
Perfectly engineered.
And I know too, as a government entity, you're building something new, and you're trying to be good stewards of the tax dollars, and so you can't just do anything off the wall. But I do think it's a good practice if you're going to build something new, like have those conversations with an architect. Like, I don't want it to look just like a cold industrial. And I think we need more of that. And even old schools were beautiful.
True.
Old schools.
Yeah. I've seen people on YouTube buy these old school buildings, renovate them, make homes out of them. It's brilliant. And they preserve the old facade of the building. They modernize the inside to a degree to where it's functional for modern living. But the old facade of the building still remains. It's all, renovated to where it's
they
it's
lose
not crumbling.
the 2x2 tiles.
Yeah.
Okay.
I bet Decatur would sell you the middle school and let you do that.
If I could afford it, I could buy it. If I could afford,
they need a bigger one.
If I could afford the mansion down at the eastern end of town too, that's another piece of old world architecture that's just crumbling away, and it's owned privately. But the owners don't care about it. Like I'm not heard. Do you know any intel on that?
Yeah, I mean, just a little bit, and same as what you're saying. We hate to see it, because it is just falling apart. And I don't know, because I've never been in it. Have not been able to get up close to it. I don't know if it's savable at this.
I don't either.
And
you're talking about the Wagoner mansion,
El
right?
Castillo, the Wagoner mansion. Yeah. And I just think that there's it is privately owned. And this is not like a statement of the county government. This is just me talking. I don't know why you would want to own something like that just to let it fall apart.
Just right.
Because what a treasure. There are not many houses like that in existence.
If you own it now, you have inherited it for $0. Okay, sell it to your local county government for $500,000. And
they might have bought it from the family. I don't know.
Taxes.
Is it Wagner's?
No. The Lukers have owned it for a long time, and lived in it. But
I've seen inside pictures of that place, and it's beautiful.
It's all old, mahogany, dark mahogany wood.
And I just think, we're fortunate that, we've got a state grant program for courthouses.
Yeah.
But there'd be a lot of foundational interest in funding like that.
Yeah, but I couldn't imagine what you were saying. I couldn't imagine what it'd cost to.
A county or a town could operate that as a Airbnb, a bed and breakfast, and make a little bit of revenue.
Yeah, but the county and the town couldn't afford.
If it's savable.
Upkeep it. I mean, I couldn't even imagine.
There's historical grant money out there to be had, perhaps.
Yeah,
maybe that. I mean, because it is old and it is a historical site. So
what is it? Is it 1883? Is that when it was? It's older than the courthouse. Yeah.
Let me get that mic to your mouth a little more.
Sorry.
You're
As it stands now, it's not. I mean, it's not a public project,
Right.
No, it's not. It's just
so it needs to be.
we're all a little salty about it.
Yeah.
Because we're all witnessing its demise.
Yeah.
Well,
And seeing a restoration of a true iconic historical building.
Exactly. And I'm hopeful maybe some of the family will come see the courthouse at some point and see what we did and go, oh wow, you know. But two, I hate to see it falling apart there because Decatur's got such a neat thing with, you know, basically three hilltops. You know, the courthouse, you had the college museum, and you got the Wagner Mansion. You know, and you stand on the courthouse and you can see all those places.
Yep.
And, you know, we tragically lost the college, of course, and you know, and I worry very much about the Wagner Mansion not making it.
Yeah,
me too.
The college situation. There's still a single story of rock wall standing. What's the plan?
So that's owned by the Wise County Historical Society.
Okay.
So they're an independent 501c3 organization. We partner with them on things, of course, and they're great partners. They still own that. They bought the building on the square with the theater marquee.
Oh yeah, we went through that the other day.
Yep.
Okay.
And they've done a great job with that space. It's really cool.
It's a great spot. Yep.
So they're there on the square now, which I love a lot of things about that because they're picking up so much more foot traffic and visitors than they ever had up on the hill. It's a nice partnership for us and them and vice versa, you know, and we'll be able to point people to them to us and all that.
Got a nice little statue of the courthouse in there now.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah. Did you help move that?
We took it up there for him, That thing's, I don't know who did that, but that's...
Yeah, it was a Texas Tech student in the 80s.
That's right.
And he did his dissertation on the Wise County Courthouse and about what it needed to be restored in the 80s, you know, and was pushing for that. There's no grant program at the time, but that when I was a little kid, that model that he did as part of that dissertation was in that case in the library.
Yep.
And I loved it then as a little kid, you know, being able to walk all around that. And I'm really happy that a bunch of new kids will be able to see that. Yeah,
you bet.
It's intricate.
It is.
But
So where's this model at?
The museum
It's
space.
at the museum.
Okay.
Yep. You know, remember where
Okay, marquee across the road.
where Bigger Hat Store used to be in Meat Market now? It's just to the left of that.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
It's cool.
That's where the museum moved.
Yeah.
Take my kids up
In
there.
between where you get your pizza or your beef.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Right there.
Yeah.
And they've got a little scavenger hunt the kids can do, you know, and it's really cool. It's really cool. But so they still own that, and they're still trying to figure out what they're going to do with that long term, what that's going to look like. So,
well, I'm glad that
so
part of it's still standing.
Yeah, and I know that they would love to see something still be on that hill that pays homage to that college being there. And
Okay, so there kind of also is, like that hill is slowly becoming Decatur's or Wise County Civil Service locale. Decatur FD's there. Now the police department's there with their new
Future
building.
home of the new splash pad for
That's
the
right.
Parks
That's
Department.
right.
And
Yeah.
new
That's
Yeah.
right.
Boom.
But the old rock wall that was part of the university up there is still the old rock wall around the new
Yes.
police department.
Yes.
So
Yes.
once again, maintain some history there,
Yep.
which is fantastic.
Yeah, I loved that the city went to the effort to save that rock wall because it would have been easier to just take
knock
it
it
down.
down.
Yeah, yeah. But I'm glad they kept that, and so I'm hopeful for what the museum group figures out. Maybe can do something cool up there.
Me too. I have an idea that's brewing in my head that we're going to make it happen, though.
You're gonna fess up right now? Like, it's a secretive. Okay.
But if I can make it happen, or if we can make it happen, it's not going to be me. It's going to be we. It's going to be so cool.
Awesome.
Being a county judge, you're pretty busy on the day-to-day. Like, we've discussed all your activities of what you have to do to fulfill your position. How active, like, once the ground has been broken, grants have been fulfilled, construction's underway, how active are you daily, weekly, whatever?
Yep.
How often are you interacting with that process of that courthouse?
I have been extremely hands-on on that courthouse because, number one, I love it and such a fascinating project, but I also I take pride in ownership of it, and it's a massive project, and we can't get it wrong.
Yeah.
And so, I've been in all the construction meetings that we have on it, and I walk through that building most every business day. I walk through it and just check in and how's it going. And we, and our contractor, architect, the THC, they've all told us, they said, we've never had, and this is talking about me and Jimmy both, we've never had a county be this engaged in their courthouse.
Really?
And it's been a difference maker, I really think. Because I don't think something that big and that special, I can't just like turn over and say, well, I'll see it at the end of the project.
Okay.
Or I'll
Hope
see
it all
in a few
works
months.
out.
Yeah.
Good luck, everybody.
And we've advocated for the building, we've advocated for the taxpayers, and we've had strong opinions on that. We wanted it to really be something special, and I think people are going to be shocked in a good way. In a good way.
I think let's roll a little bit of tape that we took today. Oh, there's my Pulitzer Prize photo. Sorry,
I'll take a print of that.
And before you ask, it's going to be ready for Thursday.
Got to get that in there.
I mean, you got like 4 more days.
Yep.
You nervous?
No, I'm not nervous.
Not at all.
Anywhere we see like this checkerboard marble, all this marble's original. 1895, 1896 Vermont marble, and it's all been, of course, clean and polished, and just amazing.
Before you even get inside,
like just details like that, they didn't have to do that on porches,
right?
Yeah.
And as you can hear, like it is a very, very active. All right, folks, listen up. This ain't some faceless corporate chain out of the big city. This is Cannon Property Management and Cannon Realty, the sure shot of Wise County, Denton County, and the surrounding areas. 60 years of combined experience, boots on the ground, and a handshake that still means something. Whether you're buying, selling, or just tired of chasing down tenants who pay slower than a drunk turtle, Cannon's got your back. They handle it all. Marketing, tenant screening, leases, repairs, flat fees, without the nickel and diming. For buyers and sellers, Cannon knows the local game better than anyone. For investors, Cannon will keep your money working while you kick back and sip on a bourbon. And if you're just hunting for a place to call home, Cannon's got safe, clean rentals where you can find a place to hang your hat, start fresh, and put down roots. Bottom line, they're local, they're multi-generational, and they're built on relationships. So if you want the right tenants, the right deals, and zero hassle, head to cannonrealty.net or call 940-627-6265. Cannon Property Management and Cannon Realty, the sure shot. Less stress, more success. Oh, and by the way, tell them the Whiskey Bros sent you. Site still.
Wainscoting everywhere, and it's all exposed again now and been cleaned. All these floors still have the floor covering down to protect them while all this chaos is running.
So that's the same wainscot.
Yeah. And it is all throughout that building. Oh. And these hallways are that checkerboard marble. They're just still covered up with the ram board right now, so they're not getting scratched and scuffed.
And look at the woodworking.
Yep. Just all these corner pieces.
Yeah, the corner pieces are.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that. Those round corner. Yep. I don't think I've ever seen that in any other.
So
building.
look at the dust plume. As I panned upwards, like look at the dust plume.
Yeah.
There's no fans in that building. That is moving all by itself because of the way that building was originally designed.
Yeah, these it's a cruciform pattern that Gordon did as his design, and that's one of the reasons why he's really popular in Texas counties is you've got these 4 porch entrances, open air atrium, and it's moving, pulling air through that building, and it's just brilliant.
So there's a functional aspect.
Yeah, absolutely. And we had lost that atrium in 1960 because they ran the elevator up the center of it.
You can see. Watch the dust. It is moving towards.
That's where the elevator was.
Yeah.
Okay. It's now very decorative and ornate iron stairs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, we don't want. I mean, we got a lot of footage. I'm going to edit it down and put it out as a really nice, presented video on YouTube or whatever. But this is, we'll scan through. So I mean, look, what do you call the color on the walls?
Yeah, it's a blue-green color, and that's all part of the process too. Part of that planning grant is they have paint conservators come in and chip down under all the layers and look under the microscope and figure out room by room what color everything was originally.
Wow.
And it was Victorian era. They did a lot of bold colors. Again, I always tell people, like, now we build something that's just going to be painted government white, you know?
Yeah.
And, at that time they were putting beauty in their public spaces. So, yep.
I don't know. I'm getting kind of weird Squid Game vibes watching y'all go through this.
There are a lot of corridors, but look at this.
Yeah.
When you walk in, look at this.
Yeah,
Look at
this
that.
is what blows my mind the most every time I see it.
What a reveal.
Man, that is wild.
I mean, camera guy should get a little credit here.
Yeah.
This is the main courtroom?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the main district courtroom and 271st District Court. I didn't know they were going to be painting those columns today, so that kind of impeded, but
We still got some good footage. We moved the plastic out of the way and so you narrate through a lot of this, so I don't want to walk on that, but it's just to show a little visual.
Yeah, it's just
it's
now stunning. So.
Man, that's wild.
It's gorgeous, man, and you can't describe it. Of course, you can't really. It doesn't resolve out to the patterns along this banister here. I got closer footage of that later. But
it almost makes you feel like if you get in trouble and you go to court, it makes you feel okay with it. That's how nice it is.
Like, what a beautiful place.
This place is awesome. Yeah, there's the column.
Yeah, so these columns, why don't you tell the listeners and Doc what you were telling us
so
about this?
That balcony had to be reconstructed because it was removed in 1960 when they modernized the building and they put in a drop ceiling and took out the balcony.
So that balcony wasn't even there.
Yeah, so we had to bring that back fully, and the columns that support it, we knew just based on other Gordon courthouses and the level of detail in this that these wouldn't have just been plain poles holding it up. So we did these column wraps, and the column cap there that's carved out of plaster is a replica of terracotta work on the outside of the building on a column, and so we were able to
kind of
know that we're being true to the building and not just making something up.
Wow, that's something.
Oh, there
it
were the
is,
columns.
right
Yeah,
there.
there's some of them. Those aren't the specific ones, but I want to get to the. Okay, no, there it is. There's the spire.
Yep.
I did some athletic stuff
man.
today.
That's a climb. That's a climb.
It's 4 stories high or 5 stories once you get to the top.
Gosh, because this is the 3rd floor to the attic level, and then the attic level on up that wind chimney. Yeah, when we're at the tip top, we're up high.
It felt like 10 stories, and it's not a very wide.
No, it's not
Spiral staircase. I'm kind of a wide human.
And that section here at one, I'm narrating. I don't have to, but that top section is original. The attic level to 3rd floor spiral staircase had been removed to accommodate the elevator in 1960, so we had to replicate that too.
Is this no? This is
Commissioner's courtroom.
Commissioner's court.
Yeah.
I wanted
meeting space. Yeah.
Had we gotten to where? Have we got to your office yet?
No. That was after we came back.
Okay,
down.
there's those columns.
Yeah, that's them.
That's what was modeled.
Yeah.
There's your comment about the spittoons.
Yeah. That was awesome.
And it's like the column caps there and the newel posts on the cast iron stairway. Being able to harness new technology like 3D printing to replicate those to do something historic is really cool. So
man, that's
close.
That is cool.
But think those were originally stonemason and carved by hand.
Yeah, exactly.
Unbelievable. And this is, I think.
Yeah, this is
your
my
office.
Yeah.
Okay, we gotta do this part here because the all important cabinet that Heath was talking about.
Yes.
This is, and I've got 2
Oh, there it is.
balconies.
Western view. Watch the sunsets.
Part of this because they were going to put in cabinetry back here, some built-ins. That's right. And they were going to put a closet here for me to hang, jackets, whatever. Well, they had to remove one of the.
It's the coolest closet in Wise County.
Yeah,
right
it
there.
is. Yeah, it is.
And I said, hey, what if we used that as the closet? So I'm going to have an old vault door up here.
That's
And a great western vista.
And that's owner engagement. If we hadn't been involved in that,
That's
it would
right.
have just been a cabinetry closet back there. So
Okay, we just walked through the green door frames. I have those later in the window frames because there's a remark I have on those. But okay, we got to talk about the black slate roofing. I think that's important.
Yep, incredible.
And then you see it.
But the black slate roofing was recently replaced as black slate. It was red before, right? Red tile.
Yeah, and what we have record of is it looks like in the 1940s is when they shifted to that red colored tile.
Terrible decisions.
And I don't know if that was a a visual choice or if it was the product was available and I mean it was and I think too it was wartime. I mean, it may have been what they could get. But originally it had a dark slate roof like this, and I was glad we were going back to it to honor the building, but I have been stunned by what a difference it made.
Yep. It really stands out.
Okay, let's talk about the copper accents and pieces.
Yep.
I want to talk about this green first.
Yeah.
So the green on the outside, the trim.
Never mind what I was wanting to talk about.
No. I mean, so that's a different color than the inside.
Yeah, it's more of an olive, darker green than the bright blue green.
But again, that's authentic.
Yep.
From when it was constructed.
Yep. So copper accents all over this building, from the finial cap up on the top, the gutters, all that, and it's beautiful. And of course, some of it's original and has patinaed nicely. And the new stuff we did, like all the flashing here, it will patina. And you've already seen the finial cap change, you know, and take on it.
So let's talk about that, because that was a big deal.
Whew, yeah.
Yeah, and because I mean that was a citywide or a countywide festivity thing.
Yeah, everybody was watching that.
When y'all craned that thing up there.
It was fun being out on the square with everybody, and people, were on the patio at Then Fuzzies, with a beer, watching the finial get raised. It's like, how cool is that?
Yeah, it was awesome. What all went into that? Like how big of a thing was that for you guys? Like, so did y'all just take it off and get a complete new one?
So we got a new one, yes. That had was more in line with the oldest photos we have of the courthouse, like having that like knob at the top of it.
Okay.
The finial cap that was on there had been put up there, I think, in 1992, so not that old. It was pretty beat up and in rough shape.
Yeah.
And when they, just as part of the roof project, they said, well, let's do a new finial cap too, and it made sense.
Yeah.
And Alan Odom, who's our general contractor, his first line of work was Premier Metal Works, which does a lot of metal restoration. So he's like, I can make this at my shop. So his guys made that finial cap.
Nice.
And when they brought the old one down, it was in worse shape than we realized, and pretty beat up. And this new one's just beautiful.
It is. It was. It was a cool thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, black slate roof. Back to that again. Just one more. Like it contrasts so nicely with that. You call it pink granite, or
it's pink granite. Of course, is the stone. And all that carving is in terracotta, and so you've got that pink granite and that kind of orange terracotta, and having the red roof on it. It's just all too much together, you know. And now when you see that dark slate contrast, just details pop out at me that didn't before.
Right.
You know.
Definitely did. There's a lot of copper cabling for lightning protection.
Yeah, lightning
is
protection.
Is that new, or what is the reasoning behind that?
Yeah, we and a lot of things like that are, of course, code. And if you're doing a project, you're going to do it. And so it's good for us, good for the building. Originally, there were lightning rods on the building. I don't know at what point they got taken off or removed, but we've got lightning protection on it again, and a lot of copper wire that you can see running down there.
Kind of have to thing, though, huh?
Yeah.
Kind of have to.
Yeah. Just, I mean, there's, have to things. Like this plexiglass on this balcony, that's a have to thing.
Yeah.
And does it make a ton of sense?
Hey, well, we don't talk about the sense of it.
Yeah.
But this is the balcony. We were just below this earlier.
And this will be open to the public?
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, if you want to come sit in that balcony and watch a court proceeding, you can do that. So
not in the lower court, though. You have to.
Yeah, no, you can. Yeah, okay. It's just
I've never. So are all court proceedings public?
Yeah, for the most part. Yeah,
okay.
Everything that they'll be doing in there, and like if somebody's on trial or they're doing plea hearings, like the public can come listen to that. And we don't have a lot of just regular court watchers, that just choose to come. Some counties do, they'll have groups of old men that like to come sit and watch court, know, and I could kind of see the appeal of that.
I feel like I would do that.
Yeah.
And I told you today, I'm gonna, as soon as I find out the first court date, I'm gonna come do it. I've always wanted to do this since I was a kid. I've seen a bunch of movies, where I was like, dude, that'd be so awesome to sit up there and watch. So I'm definitely going to do it. But I think that's something we should put out,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and just come see how the process works. Yeah. And for me, like, and I even work for the county, but I feel like if I walk in on that main level during a court proceeding, it seems noticeable, or you're like, But if I'm up in this balcony, like that's different.
Come and go. kind of watch the proceeding, not interrupt anything.
Modernizing this area to a degree for court hearings, will there be speakers, microphones?
So we're doing mics and speakers throughout. We're doing, and we already do in our court center, doing TVs on carts, because then you're not hanging them all over the walls. And they're mobile, because attorneys for different types of hearings want the screens in different places.
Yeah.
So that gives us some flexibility there, and we're going to have like the judge uses a mic, the witness uses a mic, and the attorneys at the table use a mic, and then generally they have a couple handheld mics ready, like if they're doing a jury pool and they need the jury to be answering questions,
So we were in there today, and it was pretty chaotic and loud.
Yeah.
Speaking on the mic, I don't know that you would need mics in that, and I've talked to you about this before, but we all know you sing.
Yeah.
So have you been in there by yourself and tried out the acoustics of the courtroom?
I have not. I think it's going to be really great, and I know that. And one of the reasons I believe that is on a less chaotic day, the sound is really good in there, really good. And early on, like we've got some clippings from 1912, 1913. They did a thing called the Lyceum series in Wise County, and they were bringing in like a traveling violinist that was going across the country, or an opera singer, and they'd bring them in the district courtroom, and they'd sell tickets, and there were floor seat prices and there were balcony seat
that's
prices.
pretty cool.
Tell me you're going to redo that.
How cool is that?
We need to do that again.
At least for a special event, or something, but they were bringing culture in, and this was a place they could do it. Like you couldn't go to the opera easily, but they could bring it to you. And so
there's no auto tune there. For sure.
Exactly.
But I bet it's going to sound amazing in there.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, I paused it here on this image because there's a couple of, I would call them overlooked things regarding architecture. One which you pointed out and remarked on, one which I did. The light fixtures are the ones that I asked you about. Mm-hmm. And you want to talk about those a little bit? And it's not just these in the image; it's the light fixtures throughout.
Yeah, because doing a historic restoration, you want to go to period appropriate lighting as best you can. Of course, these are modern LED lights, but
sure.
In the absence of having a photo of what was there, we have to do some historical research and assumptions. So, like our architects went to a historical lighting catalog from 1895, saying what would people have been able to buy for public buildings.
How do you find a historical lighting catalog?
So Library of Congress has all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
And then there's a couple companies that like have them and reproduce them, for like especially people that work on historic homes and things, and you can get a catalog of here's all the hardware that was available to buy, and like we that's our hardware, that's our doorknob, in our courthouse, and it's so really cool. So we don't know exactly what the light fixtures looked like in there originally, but these were an option brought to us and okayed by the State Historic Commission of period appropriate. That yes, feasible, you would have been able to have fixtures like this style, and fit with the historic nature of the building.
So, and another thing I want to zone in on right there is when we were in there today, I noticed these two windows, and just because I know where it's oriented with where the sun comes up is, to me, that feels like the windows Jerry Jones put in the stadium. I feel like when the sun pops over Trinity Street, it's just going to blind everybody in the room. But talk to us a little bit. I know you said a little bit about those two windows right there.
Yeah. So you can see from the outside, there have always been stained glass windows in that building at the attic level. These were originally stained glass windows, and at some point in one of the remodels, they took them out and put in louvers instead because they had a mechanical room up there when they had chopped this in half.
Mm-hmm.
And so we brought back the stained glass windows, and they're really beautiful. It's hard to get them in a photo.
Right.
Yeah, I can't. The color didn't show through on this for sure.
But really, really cool touch there, and again, just the level of detail in this building. So
another item in this photo or in this still right here is something you brought up, and it's the non-intrusiveness of the air ventilation. This is now a climate-controlled building, and how the air, vents were integrated in a non-intrusive way.
I mean, this is a very large space. You got to move a lot of air in there, and so. But I don't think that you walk in and notice those.
No, not at all.
I think they've been done in a subtle way, and like you can see too, because we have to integrate modern needs in here. Over on that far wall, there's a security camera, and I don't think your eye goes to it.
No,
you know,
did not even notice it.
No, and then walking into it, you don't really notice anything up on that ceiling too much besides the three bigger lights. But to me, it's the windows.
Oh yeah.
If you walk into this room and like immediately notice the security camera, one, you're either a criminal, or two, you might need to talk to your therapist.
But scroll back up just a little bit because there was another window. Keep going.
I'm just
pause.
Okay.
So right in front, I'm talking about right in that room where the staircase is. There's windows in there that are tiny but long.
Yes.
And those windows were the coolest windows that I've seen in there. But
and those are old windows. They didn't replace those.
Right. Those tiny, small ones.
They did some repairs where they needed them, but those remained intact.
Wow. Yeah, those were really cool though, and they were still operational.
Yes.
Okay,
so
that's what's
on the subject of windows. Let's go. We got to go back to the bell, but I want to go since we're talking about windows. Pardon the bad videography there done by Savage Bro. Back to all right. There it is. All right.
Damn,
so these windows are so
dropped you in the grease.
Well, it was true.
Period. Authentic.
I did a long video.
I didn't notice this until we left, but the like the runners of these windows are brass.
Yep.
And these are newly installed windows.
Yep.
I've never seen anything like that.
And they've got the. It's fascinating watching them before they were trimmed out, and you could see everything. You know, it's got the ropes in there in those windows because it's. They're historic reproductions.
Talk about attention to detail.
Yeah, that's all those windows, all the woodwork's a company called Haney Construction out of Ennis, and they are true craftsmen, and hanging on to skills that have been lost by a lot of people.
Yeah, this was awesome.
McShane Bell Foundry, Baltimore, Maryland, is where this courthouse bell came from.
1898.
And you said they're still
making bells. Yeah. McShane Bell Foundry.
That's astonishing.
You can still buy bells from.
That's a line of business you wonder about because you'd hope they build these things to where they stand the test of time, as this one has for over 100 years. How do you stay in business if you're not replacing
products?
That's
a good question. Yeah.
Wow, that's something. 1896.
Yeah, 1896. Yep.
Okay, so does that bell ever get rung?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, it does. Just a second.
Wait just a second.
We get back through Heath's bad videography here.
He was dealing with the bird netting.
Yeah, I was trying to go for the bird netting.
Well, then there he goes. Then he went vertical for a minute. I'm like, what are you doing?
I was trying to get full JD and the courthouse.
He's just making my job harder.
I get it.
Really artsy. Yeah.
Yes, it is. It's an acquired taste.
Chance is just not artsy enough.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. So it was just. Whoa!
And he's talking bad about me. Look,
way too far back. Okay, we're gonna get. This is gonna work out. I promise.
People are drunk by now watching this video.
Hopefully, they're not driving.
Oh yeah, there's the gears, man. Which that blew my mind away is how nice those gears were.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
So I'm sitting. I know he was going to ring the bell. I didn't know when. I'm sitting here talking to the judge. Judge is up here.
It scared him.
And here you can see the hammer right here cocked back, and I'm like,
the foundry, and get back to the brass. The copper.
Right.
Oh.
Gosh, that's wild.
Listen to that resonating. Yeah, just keeps ringing.
That's wild.
And of course, the microphones clip out, but okay. You hear that from miles away, dude. So the hammer that's on that is it a 40-pound hammer or was it?
I think
that's what it says on it. 40 pound.
Yeah.
I was curious.
I don't know how we can still hear because that was loud.
But no joke, you can hear it across where I live in town. Like when that bell rings, if the wind's right, you can hear it.
Oh, really?
A couple miles away. Yeah. Just keeps on resonating.
And you said it's going to come back to because it rings on the hour, right?
Yeah, on the hour.
Just on the hour.
Yes.
Right.
Yep.
Okay.
From like I think it's set to ring from maybe 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. or something.
Okay.
It doesn't ring during the night.
No, 2 a.m. ringing.
Yeah.
How did they set that?
The clock guy. So there's just different settings in there, and the clock guy, as he was working on it, restoring, he said, "Do you want it to ring every hour?" And I was like, "No, no,
God, no.
I don't want the calls on that."
Yeah.
But
it's not like setting your watch, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Here's down the stairway. Once you get, there's still some of that spiral staircase left.
Yep.
That's
There's
all
Savage,
the way
bro.
down the ground floor.
Yeah.
There's Savage, bro.
Yeah, I think it took me 3 seconds to get down
He
there. I went so
hustled down
fast.
there.
I don't know how you did it, dude. I was so nervous going down that. Going up is one thing. Going
It's like
down
he
that spiral
slid-
staircase.
I just
it's
slid
like
down
he
it.
slid down a rope down the atrium or something. So
I'm not gonna lie, I was a little drunk when I got off the spiral because I was just going, gosh.
Yeah.
This is these cleaning personnel are in here, and they had just finished up some of this woodwork here.
The freaking woodwork after they right there.
Yeah.
That is it is immaculate. I mean, it's crazy how shiny and nice it is.
Mm-hmm. It was a really impressive tour. So we've got comments up here to ask you about things found during the renovation.
Yeah.
You sent us a picture a while back of old like vanilla extract bottles. That wasn't vanilla extract in the bottles.
Yeah, well, it was 38% alcohol vanilla extract. Yeah. So they opened up a wall in the basement, and there are just dozens of these empty vanilla extract bottles, and some still tucked back in the boxes.
Yeah.
And
Now, do you think that was from workers, or do you think that was from?
I don't know.
Or when I say workers, do you think it was from the construction people when they first built that, or do you think that was just stuff back there, maybe from some bailiffs or jailers?
I think later, probably.
Probably later.
I think,
Okay.
And at first we're like, vanilla extract bottles, and
What
then
the heck?
you look at the box, 38% alcohol.
Yeah.
And okay, well, dry county, and they had to get it where they could get it.
That's right.
And then you start, looking around online. And it's like it's a very common thing.
Yeah.
And,
When I told my mom, she was like, "Oh yeah,
Yep.
it was a big thing." back
Is
in the
vanilla
day.
extract still that high in alcohol content?
I mean, it's vodka.
I don't know if it is.
I mean, at 38%, you're 2 points away from 40. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's vodka.
So
and
what
there
else?
was also in that same one. The reason I think later in that same wall there was an empty whiskey pint bottle
Oh, okay.
in there, and had the tag on it where you could look up the serial number, and it was an ancient age bottle from like 1952.
You don't remember the name? What brand of whiskey it was?
Ancient age.
Ancient Age.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they still
wow.
make it.
Yep.
Yeah, still a bottle.
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
Okay,
Yeah.
pure vanilla extract in the United States must contain a minimum of 35% alcohol by volume to be legally labeled as such by the FDA. So it's still a thing.
And another cool thing that was found is up in the attic, tucked up under some attic eaves, these old cereal boxes, Scotch Oats, and they were from the building, the construction, and because we were able to date them, and it was a company that was in business from 1889 to like 1901. I mean, we're constructing in 1895, so that's what it was. And then they were acquired by Quaker Oats, this company. But I think that was probably folks on the job site, with their oats.
Snack going on.
Yep. And
Did the Quaker
just tucking it back up in
Did
there.
the Quaker man get canceled? Is he on the jar still?
I don't think he got canceled.
He wasn't canceled. Okay,
He
he wasn't Aunt Jemima, so
he
he's
didn't go the way of Aunt Jemima.
Yeah.
All right, what else did you find up in that courthouse? There's one thing in I think is the coolest thing you found, but
The gas mask. Yeah. That was in the attic too, and it was tucked up under some flooring in the attic, and it's a World War II era gas mask in the bag, like in this canvas bag, and just completely preserved because it's just been set up there. And I don't know the story on that. You speculate, and I just wonder if it was one of those things that somebody had come home with it, from the war, and then during all the Cold War, and because like that was a designated fallout shelter for the county, and if just part of the what was the citizens. Whatever they did, where you had to be ready for nuclear war, and you do drills and all that. I wonder if that's
duck and
why they had
cover.
that tucked up there.
Duck and cover under your desk to survive an atomic blast.
Yeah.
You'll be okay.
get under your desk and put a book over your head.
Yeah.
That's what we used to have to do.
Yeah, it kind of marks an era in our history.
It does.
Yeah, tornadoes, we had to get down and go like this.
It'll be safe.
Yeah.
You'll be safe.
Yeah. With potential nuclear blasts, you just like crouch under your desk and kiss your ass.
That's right. That's right.
You don't know what's coming.
So you guys, why are we bothering to get under the desk?
Yeah, I know. What's the point?
Well, that's a great point about how long that building has been there and how many historical events have taken place since then. Think about the generations of your family before you that have been around since that courthouse was constructed too. I mean, that's 4 generations, 5 generations deep.
Yeah,
I would surmise.
Yeah, and it's always been there, you know, and it's seen good times, it's seen bad times. They had a big World War II homecoming celebration there at the courthouse for the servicemen when they came home. I have a little token from that, like a little challenge coin they passed out. Yeah, it's like a welcome home thing, and you know, and then too, like the county and this being an ag county, Great Depression was hard here, and you know, still that courthouse was there bearing witness to it, and through some really lean times. And
are you guys going to preserve all that stuff y'all found somewhere?
Yeah. We've got a museum style exhibit case to have down there in the bottom of the atrium, because that'll be a point that people want to walk and look up to the atrium and have a case with those found objects.
Well, that's where the majority of the people will enter now, right?
Yeah,
it's from the bottom and go up.
The public will enter into the basement because that's our ramp in our ADA accessible ramp, and there's a metal detector screening station down there to pass through before they come in the court, and then they can go out any of the doors once they get in. But that's one of the things on Thursday when we rededicate. We're in good shape for all the spaces that I want people to be able to come in and explore. But the elevator will not be available to the public on Thursday. So just want everybody to know that as we share that and plan accordingly. So,
are y'all going on Thursday? Are y'all going to try to funnel people through the bottom, or is it just going to be kind of?
So we're going to have everything open.
Okay.
Just
come and go as you please.
Come and go as you please, and I think it'll flow better that way.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely. I was trying to look up. I guess it's not available online. My grandfather co-authored a book called The Decatur Square.
Yeah, I've got that one.
Do you? Okay,
yes,
so it's available locally. I guess it's not online, but it's a great place to find like information on the square as it evolved and pictures.
Yep.
A lot of great pictures.
They go side by side on the square, and like this is what was in these buildings through the years, and really cool. And then a section on the courthouse, of course, but it's a really great.
We should get Euphony to do the audiobook of that.
Well, I don't know if it's really audiobook doable because there's so much imagery.
It is.
It's
probably picture heavy.
60 to 70% photographs, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I could describe the photographs in my sultry voice.
I think we could do it.
I don't know if the people are ready for that.
Did you listen to Lane's book by any chance?
I have not listened to the audio.
Come on, man! I'm buying all your songs, so you got to buy our audiobook. That's how it works.
Yeah, I will. I need to listen to it. So I read the hard copy, but I do want to hear you. I'm a big audiobook fan too. So
okay, well, then that's good because I want your honest opinion. If it sucks, come to me and say, try harder next time.
You're not going to say it sucks.
We genuinely hope not, but if you do,
you have a great mic voice. So
after 40 years, I have finally figured out my gift. I've got to that point. What is your current situation with music? Are you finding more free time now?
No, I'm not.
Courthouse is not open.
Not until Thursday.
After Thursday, maybe we can jam.
So no, have not touched my guitar much lately at all.
You have 3 singles out, right?
Yeah.
But not a full album yet?
No.
Okay.
No. And got more in the can.
It's always there, right? It's always there. Music you can't truly ever just leave.
And I just enjoy it, and it's an outlet, and I don't go golfing or anything like that, but I like to write songs, and that's fun. It's a nice challenge. So and I like making words fit. So.
Get it in while you can, because apparently AI is just taking that over too.
Yeah, exactly.
Isn't that sickening?
Oh, man, you sent me something this week.
Yeah, and I hated it because it was good.
I loved it.
It was an AI rendition of it was a soulful version of was it Toxicity by System of a Down?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And
it was really
all
good.
AI generated.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But an AI did a soul version of it, and it was like, wow, I could sit down and just chill to this. This is
and then recently I read a thing on they one of the companies developed like an AI actress, and
and so she's good.
She's
good.
It's scary.
It is scary, and it's it's disgusting because of the first. It's taking out art. It's removing the art in the artist, which is
I don't know. I don't think so.
I think so.
So
Or is AI an art of its own?
Yeah, no, it's
We're
not
just-
that either.
we're
But
just
like,
not smart
where's
enough
the
to see
human
it.
emotion piece of it? You know,
Exactly. The human input.
Yeah.
Yeah, but how many people that can you show art to and say, hey, that's art, and they're going to do the same thing you just did? I don't think so.
It's all
I mean-
subjective.
Yeah,
But again, AI removes the human element.
yeah.
That's not what we're here to discuss today.
I know.
Because we
I
can
know, it's
rabbit trail
running.
Yeah,
down
you
that.
did it.
Something-
You
I
did
know, and I'm stopping it. I started it, and I'm
Right.
stopping it. And we're going to talk about the land.
Yes.
Yeah, before we get to that,
Oh,
you
boy.
don't play your guitar for anybody else but you.
That's not true.
That's yeah.
Yeah,
Because if that was
Yeah.
true, he wouldn't put it on
Spotify.
Spotify.
Yeah. I
There's plenty.
I like sharing songs because then I like when somebody relates to a song.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's like it's a shared experience. You know,
That's
like
right.
it's something that happened to me or I thought of. You know, but to them it's also got a meaning touch point. You know,
Yeah.
like that.
I gotcha.
So, yeah. Otherwise, I just keep them in a notebook. You know, but
So where do
my
people find you
ego
on
won't allow
Spotify?
it. So it's under Judson Clark.
Judson?
JUDSO.
Yeah. O-N.
Not E-N. O-N.
Okay.
Yep. That's There's another guy out of Austin that makes music called JD Clark, and so had to use my
You didn't
Okay.
want, you didn't want to throw
Okay.
Judge in there?
yeah.
I'll be
That's what you
listening
should've-
on my way home. Thank you.
Thanks.
Who's the other Clark? Gary Clark Jr.
Jr.
Yeah, that's all. Okay.
Yep.
wow.
Yep.
Very similar to JD over there.
I'm going to have to hear your version of Come Together.
Yeah.
Have you heard his?
No, I
I
haven't.
don't like it at all.
Yeah.
I do not like it at all. Didn't. Sounds too techno-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah. Digital.
And then of course, like my favorite Clark musician is Guy Clark. Like
Yes.
I said,
Yeah.
L.A. Freeway and Dublin Blues. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah,
Great,
yeah.
great,
Great stuff.
inspiration.
Yep.
What is okay? Like if you're on your deathbed and somebody's like, "What's your favorite song?" What's it going to be? I mean,
I couldn't pick one.
Really?
I couldn't pick one. Yeah, it's just because they mean different things,
Okay.
you know, or I like them for different reasons.
okay. Favorite genre?
Very much like Americana, you know.
Yeah,
stuff
eclectic
like that.
in a
So,
way.
Yep. I like songwriters. You know.
Okay, so we were just talking about this the other day, like Americana and like that eclectic Americana, not R&B, but blues, bluegrass. It all kind of works, but that's where I'm discovering good new artists now.
Yep.
Because if you're in the realm of like rap, modern country, modern rock, everything sounds the same.
Yep.
It all-
Formulaic.
yes.
Yep.
It all sounds the same. Same beat per minute, same beat, same
Yep.
chords.
And I've kind of gotten over the past year, so I feel like I haven't found a lot of new music or things to like get excited about, and I'm just going back to the same old stuff I listen to. And I think a lot of it is there's just so much that we have access to now. It's almost like an overload.
Yeah.
And the state of radio, like that stuff doesn't get played. You know, you're not going to be able to listen to radio and say, "Oh, I like that song. I need to look up that artist," because it's mainstream.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, familiar is what's on radio.
Yep,
Right.
yep. And most of the radio stations are all owned and with the same program director playlist now. You
or
know,
getting
and
paid.
So what's going to happen?
yeah.
What's going to happen?
I don't know, and I think young people are much better at getting new music right now because you know they're picking it up off of things going viral on TikTok. You know?
or social media, something. Yep. That's you, and that's true. Not even the young people.
Listen to me over here saying young people.
Yeah, I do the same thing. I can't tell you how many songs I've heard on a TikTok video, and I was like, dude, that's awesome. And I look at it.
know.
Yep.
See, I keep hoping that live music's going to come back around, that you're going to go to your local place and you're going to have your local dude.
Well, that's still it's
Judson
still there.
Clark.
I mean, there's still plenty
sitting there
of
playing.
live music venues, and I think it's still there.
Yeah, and you're going to pick up on songs you like that are iconic.
But you also got to remember, like, so TikTok, the homeboy was like in the woods of Kentucky. I can't.
Oh yeah,
that dude.
that
Yeah.
dude.
That dude.
Yeah, I can picture
Oliver
him. Yeah.
Anthony.
Yeah, I mean, he's a millionaire now. Maybe I don't know. He said no to him, but
I'm sorry, his music sucked.
not that one song.
I mean, it resonated from
But yeah, he hit on something.
Yeah, he
you
hit on
know?
something. That was it.
You
But
can say all you want.
Yeah.
Homeboy's got money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That guy never would have heard from him if it wasn't
that's
for
right.
TikTok.
That's right.
So I mean, I think it has its place.
he's been on Rogan and we haven't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe we need to go sing in the woods with the banjo.
Yeah.
Well, that was a fun
Bringing it back to the
segue.
courthouse.
That was a fun
Yeah.
segue.
Yeah.
I mean, it happens.
So you told me this story not too long ago, which blew my mind because I'm pretty up to date. I feel like in Decatur, greatest city in Wise County. Just want to throw that out there. And I know you can't, but
Wait,
I
are
can.
you
I
not
can't
skipping
endorse
over?
that, yeah.
You're not skipping over this one, are you?
Where?
The one that's highlighted?
Yeah, that's what he's doing.
If you
Okay.
just, if you shut up and let me talk.
Well, I thought you were going somewhere else.
So I feel like I'm pretty up to date on my Decatur history, Wise County, not so much. But when you told me this, it really blew my mind because like I've never heard this.
Yep.
Which was crazy about the land that the courthouse and the entire square come from.
Don't tell me it's an Indian burial site.
No.
never, no.
It did not work out in Poltergeist.
Cool story. When Texas got created, they did Texas land grants to different people. They had done a land grant, Texas land grant to this guy named J.A. Proctor in what's now Decatur, and his land grant included that hill that we now know as Decatur Town Square. And Absalom Bishop, who is he had a business on the square, and he's called the father of Decatur, is what they call him.
Epsilon.
Absalom Bishop. Yep, there's a historical marker about him on.
Yeah, we'll get into him later.
Yeah, he's an interesting character. Yeah, and you've got personal beef with him.
I do have beef with him.
But he had this vision of having a public town square on the hill, and I think it's some of that Shining City on the Hill thing, And he eyeballed that hill and was like, that should be it. So he approached J.A. Proctor. It's like, and I can imagine it was probably think of this legacy and what you'd do for this. And J.A. Proctor donated that hill to be platted out and designated as a public town square.
That makes me want a time machine to go back and see what that hill looked like.
It was
that's what I was going to ask you. Is there any photos out there of the square without the courthouse up there?
Oh, that's a great question. I'm trying to think. I've seen a really cool photo that was taken from the college hill looking that way, but the courthouse is back there.
Yeah, most of every photo I've seen, because I mean, I've seen some really old photos from like the Wagner Mansion up to the courthouse, and there was like a 3-story warehouse building. But the courthouse is, I've never seen a picture without the courthouse.
And if you stop at the Veterans Park too, there's a plaque down there that talks about the Veterans Park, and it references J.A. Proctor's land donation to the community, because where that Veterans Park is part of that. And I've been reflecting on that guy more recently because, man, what an impact he continues to make by having that community vision. Like, you're right, I'm going to donate this. You benefit from Town Square. And I think too, and I think that's something else that's been lost a little bit, is a lot of these great public things that we enjoy. A lot of them originally came from somebody's philanthropic benevolence, and him saying, "Hey, I have this, but it would be a great public community asset." And I think in the parks realm, that's where a lot of parks come from. As somebody says,
not a lot. Every park that the city of Decatur owns comes from land donation, basically.
And I think that's good for people to think about too. Like that's a way to build and keep a legacy.
It is, and if there's anybody watching, we need a larger park. I'm just saying.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's crazy, especially today's time, and that's what's crazy about it is, back in the day, you're like, oh, the land was like 60 cents an acre, but like today, for a land donation, and that's why I don't know that we'll ever see them again,
right? Because
you got to think. So let's just say you want to donate 40 acres of land.
Yeah.
You know how much money
the value
you
is
just gave away $10 million.
Right. Yep. But so I mean, it's a hard thing to do. But and that's only looking at it at a money standpoint. But back in the day, when it was $1 an acre or whatever, how much was that? Yeah. So I mean, it's pretty crazy on when you really stop and think about somebody just saying.
But I imagine too, part of the calculation probably was also, hey, if you donate this to develop it into a public square, think of what it's going to do for the value of your surrounding property that you still own.
That's right.
And that's fine. That's good.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
That's how it works. But I think that's pretty neat, because that took a lot of vision for a guy that didn't own the hill to say, we should have a town square on that hill, and then be able to make the sale that you should donate this to be a town square. And here we are. still using it and busier than ever on
way
it. And
busier.
Yeah.
That guy was gifted and he was a good salesman.
Good old Epsilon.
Epsilon.
Yeah.
Epsilon Bishop.
Hell, Bishop.
That's a old world name. I like that. Epsilon.
Yep.
I wonder if they called him Epi.
Hey, it's the Whiskey Bros here. We just wanted to take a break out of the podcast to remind our listeners about Cannon Property Management and Cannon Realty. They are your sure shot for all things real estate. You know you can trust them because they've been Whiskey Bro fact-checked and verified 100%. Clyde approved.
Probably
I don't
not.
like that. Don't
Think so?
No,
No?
don't sound
Okay.
good at all.
Failed dad joke. Okay, moving on.
Yeah, it's not epi. Jeez. But I don't know if y'all heard when he was talking about I got a little beef with a Epsilon.
Tell us
I
about
was
your
kind
beef.
of wondering
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah.
This guy's dead by how many years?
Well,
I mean, what did he do to you?
he ruined the name of what is now called Decatur.
It's brought great shame to Heath's
Brought-
family.
Great shame to my family.
What?
So many years ago, Decatur is not the original name of what we call Decatur now.
I did not know that.
Yes.
It's because you're from South Lake.
That's because
Yeah,
you're from
it's-
South Lake. It used to be called, and what it should be called today, it was the greatest name of any town in the state of Texas ever.
What?
Taylorsville.
Seriously?
Yep.
That's what it used to be called.
Named after Zachary Taylor that helped get Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So go ahead, tell that story.
Taylorsville.
Say it again. Help Texas do what?
So not a Taylor that you're actually related to.
No, 100%. I've been here. My generation's like
Zachary Taylor?
25 generations.
Dang. Okay.
So says the 23andMe.
Okay.
No,
I can go with that.
no, I don't know that my Taylor goes back that far. I don't.
But
know.
it might.
It might.
You might as well
I
lay
don't know.
claim
Yeah.
to it. Who's going to tell
Yeah,
you
who's gonna
otherwise?
say no? Yeah, I'm just say yes.
Taylorsville.
He was my great
Which I think is a great name. I mean, it's
It is a
I
great
like
name.
Taylorsville.
Yeah.
And ended up, and it was Absalom Bishop that then pushed legislation to change the name to Decatur after Stephen Decatur, and
After some freaking
there were a lot of
Navy
political,
dude. Yeah, it was all
reasons
political.
there. Yeah.
But when in about 7 years, will you still be around? Hopefully,
Oh, he'll
I
still
don't
be
know.
around.
we're going to talk about that.
Yeah.
But if everything goes right, will you still be here in 7 years? If everything goes accordingly,
I mean, yeah, I could be.
Maybe.
Yeah.
You're not term limited.
All right.
Yeah, I'm not term limited.
Okay.
no.
all right. So when that happens in about 7 years,
But it's 4 years at a time. So you know,
okay,
that's,
yeah. So about 7
Yeah.
years, or we may even say 8. When I become mayor of the city of Decatur, me and you
We're
are gonna-
listening to this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me and you are going to change it back.
There's going to be a lot of ears perk up on that one now.
That's fine. Yeah, Heath Taylor and mayor.
He's already campaigning on changing the name of the town that he
That's
wants to be elected as mayor as. Okay.
That's right. We're going to get it done, though.
You might have waited until after you get elected as mayor to
Is that
change-
like a Gulf of America thing?
Dang right it is. Put it
With a stroke of the pen.
with the stroke of the pen. That's all it takes.
What's
bro.
it? What is it to you? Is it the Gulf of Mexico still or the Gulf of America?
You know, I'm good with Gulf of America.
Me
I like
too.
it,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I still
yeah.
up here. It's still the Gulf of Mexico.
Hey, just because it's in your brain doesn't mean it's right.
Yeah.
I mean, is there more America? Or is there more?
There's
Mexico?
definitely more of. I mean, we live in North America
Oh,
and
yeah,
South
yeah,
America.
Yeah.
Mexico is a part of Central America, which is part of North America. So I don't know.
But I can
I feel like
guarantee
you're
you,
getting
makes sense.
philosophical.
I can guarantee you, if they come to Trump with a financial offer, I guarantee he'd probably sell it to him to turn it back to Gulf of Mexico because he's all about that money.
No?
He's all about that money.
I was also amazed at how quickly, and I don't know what goes into this on the back end, but like how quickly Google Maps had it updated.
Oh, dude,
Like that.
That was surprising because it's Google.
Yeah.
And Google's
Yeah.
like massively
Yeah.
left
Yeah.
of
Yep.
center. They were on it.
And we just happened to be going down there and, have the Google Maps around. I was like, oh, look, that says already Gulf
already
of
says,
America.
yeah.
So-
Yeah. It was that a so when he is that a I don't know how to say this right. Not a law, but
that was an executive order.
okay.
Yep.
So I wonder if that's all
But
it
it's
takes.
stuck.
Oh no, it's stuck.
And it's
They got T-shirts now, bro.
Yeah.
and that's happened before. We see it a lot with like renaming mountains. Where president does it.
Denali,
It's
McKinley, back to Denali.
Yes. Yeah.
I guess
It's
the
just
same way
different-
with the
different executive orders, so-
military. bases.
Yeah,
It just
exactly.
Wait, it was McKinley, Denali back to McKinley, right?
I believe that's correct.
Okay.
Yep. And, because like Fort Hood got changed to Fort Cavassus.
Yeah.
And I think they're going back to Hood.
No, it's already back to
Is
Hood.
it? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Just change the.
I was thinking about then.
That's wild.
TxDOT's got to go swap all those signs again.
Yeah, But shouldn't we pass something to say once it's named?
Once you have a name, you're done.
Yeah.
Like
I
the
don't
Reds,
know,
like
like-
the Washington Redskins.
Sentiments change.
They're still the Washington Redskins. I still call them the Redskins.
What are they now?
The Commanders.
Yeah.
Isn't that super meh?
Well, it doesn't matter about the name.
I mean,
it's just
Yeah, Commander.
I don't understand why we have to change the stuff.
Yep.
And the consensus among Native Americans is they weren't really offended
No, I think
by that name. There was mostly
I think they're in uproar and trying to sue people now to get it back
probably. I mean,
because
I don't know.
we took away from them.
I have no idea, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's crazy. Change the name back to Taylorsville.
Full circle.
Full circle.
Mayor of Taylorsville.
Mayor of
It can happen.
Taylorsville.
It can happen.
How great does that sound?
It sounds
All you have to say is Decatur is a racist name, and you're offended by it.
I just want you to have a city named after you.
Now,
just gotta
Stephen
cancel-
Decatur was a good guy. All right, that's
He
it.
was.
Yeah.
But
we
he was
shall not
yeah.
besmirch Stephen Decatur.
Wait a minute.
Well, but he was a naval freaking dude, and then Taylorsville was named after the homeboy that helped. Makes more sense.
Yeah.
Right,
I don't
Texas.
know.
To you.
I don't know.
No, it makes more sense to everybody.
I mean, I'm going to advocate for Overtonsville.
I
Well, you
like
have
that.
that. Right, it's literally right there.
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing I'm going off of is you. So
No, you
I like you, and I'll support it.
Boom.
We
Yeah.
cannot
'Cause
go
you're my
for
bro.
Fagleyville.
No, that doesn't.
Yeah, that
sound
would never
right.
stick.
Yeah.
I'm
I
just
think that's
saying.
Denton.
I guess what I guess what amazes me about it is it had not been Taylorsville very long,
I know.
and then for just kind of some political stuff,
It
it's like,
was.
we're going to change the name.
Yeah, it was.
Really?
It was something
Really?
to do with. They didn't.
Yeah, it was party politics.
Yeah, how did that
Yeah,
trickle
yeah,
up
yeah,
to
yeah.
Decatur?
So Absalom Bishop, he was like a political power broker around
Okay.
here, very
Yeah.
plugged in. He ended up being in the state legislature and
Okay.
all that. Yeah.
It was like he wanted him to vote on something or.
Well,
And
no,
he wouldn't do
no.
it? I don't remember exactly.
I
We
can't
gotta
remember
get
what
you up on
happened.
that mic.
Yeah, because
There
sorry.
you go.
Because Taylor was already dead.
Hey, you can bring the mic to you if it's.
Yeah,
comfortable.
yeah, sorry, I keep just sitting
pull
back.
it. There you go.
Taylor was already dead
Yeah.
by the time they changed the name. It's like, so he couldn't have newly done something to offend you. But
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
there was some political game that Bishop
Like,
was
you
playing
get behind
there.
this.
So, yeah.
I'll name this after you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, crap.
Make
Make Taylorsville great again.
And the
Boom.
and two just
Got it.
After the second courthouse was lost to arson in January of 1895, they had a big fight in the county about potentially moving the county seat,
Oh wow.
and actually had an election over it, and Decatur won that.
Did they have
yeah.
where were they going to move it?
So Bridgeport.
Don't say Bridgeport.
Oh, boy.
God.
Bridgeport was putting in a big push for it, and it's really interesting. You can read back in the old Wise County Messengers because, editorials could be like a lot more just like kind of blunt and harsh with each other then.
Yeah.
Than and it's funny because there's a piece about, the rumor is that Bridgeport and Alvord are teaming up to get their votes together to move the county seat to Bridgeport, and there was a pitch from somewhere else, and then there was a editorial in the Messenger saying, well, we went to Bridgeport this week, and seeing like how dead that downtown is, how can anyone expect that to be a county seat? It's just like, man, it's
And these people lived with no air conditioning.
But I told Leah, I said,
right?
I think that's like roots of the Battle of Big Sandy rivalry.
Oh, yeah.
there,
Really?
is I think fighting over that county seat.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
Because I mean that's the early days.
Yeah.
Could you imagine being in local squabbles without air conditioning in the heat of the summer? Like they just get exacerbated.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
don't when it's July and August, we don't talk politics or,
You didn't
or
do
town
anything.
matters.
It's like some random Thursday you went to the courthouse and watched the proceedings. That's what you did for entertainment.
That was entertainment, yeah.
Yeah.
Or an opera singer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you just hope it's a good one they brought in on the train. So,
True.
yeah.
Okay, you're gonna keep running for judge?
I'm running for judge again right now.
Okay.
I'm up now, be on the March primary ballot, and have announced re-election campaign for that, and hopefully go well. Because
Are you opposed as of now?
I'm not
Okay.
I'm not at the moment. So,
do you have loftier political ambitions?
I don't.
You don't?
I don't.
Because there's been times that you're not at the table where we talked amongst ourselves like, JD could be governor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I would give you donations. I would donate to your
Don't do that
gubernatorial campaign. No, don't do it on my behalf. No.
Yeah.
But I would support you is what I'm saying.
I don't know that I would enjoy it. Like, I enjoy county judge work because like at the county level, and it I'm sure it's different in larger counties and you have different things at play, but like at the county level here, like you've got to be results focused or else people aren't going to keep you, you know?
Yeah.
And you can actually get things done in a feasible amount of time. Like you can see something that y'all have identified as an issue and 6 months later you drive past and you're like, hey, look, we have improved that, you know? And I don't think that I would get that same level of satisfaction at some other political office.
Just think how easier it will be, though.
I know where he's going.
To get it changed back to Taylorsville. If Hot Wheels was out and you was in.
Oh, man.
Taylorsville.
Come on. That's
all you care about anymore.
But and two, like that does not appeal to me as a life that I want for my family and my kids.
You're away a lot at that point, I would imagine.
Yeah. So,
Oh.
I like the idea of here, the local level. You're not far removed from where you serve. You're here in it every day.
True.
It's not like you come back for district visits, you know, and all that.
Right.
And it's like they'll catch you at the gas station. They'll catch you when you're dropping your kids off to school and talk about things and, you know.
Usually good.
Yeah. Usually, yeah. And I love it, and it's an exciting time in Wise County with all our growth and change, and I want to be a steward of it, and that's.
And are we still the top 5?
We're the second fastest growing county, right?
Yeah. We're up there percentage wise. Yep. Up high.
Wise County's changed a lot in the last 20 years, but in the last 5, that change has been just expedited.
Yep.
Crazy quick growth.
Yep.
And not forecasting to slow down.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It's the next place for them to go, you know?
Yes.
And then there, too, we're in that sweet spot where we've still got our unique county community character. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people that are looking to leave other places like that here, you know. Or they'll say, gosh, this reminds me of where I lived 30 years ago. Yeah. Well, let's try and keep that this way and not, you know.
Right, yeah. Come here, but subscribe to why you are coming here.
Well, and that's to me like why us having a public prominent role for history in our county is important, because we need new people moving in to understand the history of the county, how we got here.
Yeah. So they can take it on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We don't want you to just move here and have a house and not know anything about the county
get
history
out and get
culture.
involved.
Yeah, exactly. And know your neighbors, know why we do things the way we do, and be part of it. You know, we don't want to look like every other place along the highway.
Yeah.
You know, it's Wise County.
Man, I'm really enjoying this phase of life, because I got a 2-year-old coming up on 3. We got another one on the way, and the little neighborhood that we live in town, South Martin Branch, it's an awesome neighborhood because you have people my age, young adults raising kids. You have folks that are retiring, like downsizing from a larger state into the smaller subdivision. But we're becoming front. I don't know if this has happened, you know. Maybe Mayberry, like in the 1950s and 60s, you had front porch generations. And everybody's like, back porch. Our community is becoming a front porch community again. We're hanging out in the front yard. We're doing activities in the front yard. The kids are out running, like to the point where I had to go to Amazon and buy slow down kids at play signs, because we're doing stuff in the front yards again. Getting to know
you're one of those people.
Getting to know the neighbors.
Slow children at play. Oh my God.
Well, you most of the people are courteous and drive respectfully. Every now and then you get a butthole.
When I see those signs, I just want to run them over, though. I'm not going to lie.
I'm going to throw something at your truck, then.
You mentioned, you know, your neighborhood having that mix of age demographics there, and that's what we're seeing with the county growth, is you've got a lot of families with young kids moving out here because they want to be in a smaller type environment.
Yeah.
And then you also have a lot of retirement age people they're saying, "Hey, I'm retiring. I no longer have to
Get out of
be
the city.
in the mess." And
Done.
but we're that sweet spot where you can get to anything you want to get to.
That's right.
You know,
And remote work, like the infrastructure, thank you, for internet has all been installed. So you can do great work remotely here now.
Yep, absolutely. And then we do have really cool, like I think when you walk around, you know, the Decatur Town Square and all the stuff going on Halsell Street in Bridgeport, where y'all have been doing the play, like, you're like, man, these are like the neighborhoods that like they put in movies about small towns, you know, with cool little restaurants, you know, and we have it, you know.
Yeah, Taylor Sheraton, come to freaking Wise County, you bum.
Okay, so
he's been doing a little down in Boyd.
He's been doing a little. He's been doing a little. Yeah. We need a little bit more. Taylor. Taylorsville, bro.
Oh, boy.
Look in my eyes, bro. Look into my eyes. Taylorsville. He's got the money to do it.
Taylor Sheridan's going to get a hashtag. Well, he doesn't. His investors do.
I imagine we'll get hit up about shooting something in that courthouse. So
hopefully.
It's
got to happen.
That'd be cool.
Gotta happen. But in the wake of the whole Charlie Kirk thing, it's like, get out of your echo chambers and get out in your community.
Yep, absolutely.
Talk to people.
Yeah.
Well,
figure out that we're not that different.
He got out in the community, bro.
I know he did, but
too soon.
Oh God!
Wow.
But planes flying into towers.
But that was his whole model: go talk to people.
Talk to people.
Yeah.
Just get out and talk to your community.
Yep.
But
awesome.
It was all right.
What's the last one here? You put that one up.
Where?
I had to enlarge it. You know, this one right here.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Tell us about you. You are the president.
Yep.
Of the NACO, and you're gonna have to tell us what that means.
National Association of Counties.
Told you that's what it meant.
Yeah.
National.
Okay.
National.
That's not. I was like, it's national.
Sounds like
something.
a country to me.
That's
yeah.
Right. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so it's an organization there are 3,069 counties, parishes, and boroughs. They're not all called counties. You know, Louisiana, they're parishes, things like that. But
French.
And they're not called commissioners. They're called police jurors.
Wow.
Louisiana. So that's interesting. But we've got this National Association of Counties, and the idea is, the point is to be a voice for counties at the federal level. Because like I can talk to my congressman, but Wise County in and of itself, I can't get a lot of congressional attention otherwise beyond my congressman. But when we find like some shared issues like infrastructure funding, things like that we can
actually carry it to the federal
level.
And
we all unite, you know, well now we've got a much larger network, and a very, very cool organization, do a lot of good federal advocacy for counties to help federal folks understand, hey, this idea that you've got, let me tell you how it would actually work on the ground, you know, or if you do this, here's how it would impact not just county government, but like county citizens, taxpayers, because a lot of them, if you haven't worked at the local level, you don't understand it. And it's easy to have a good idea and not really understand how
it
downstream
applies.
It's going to, when you implement that, here's what you need to know. So we do a lot of that. And I got elected. You run for second vice president, and then you roll up. So I got elected 2 years ago. 2023 as second VP, and in July, I rolled up, became president of that. And a cool thing about that is the president hosts the board of directors, which is about 130 county officials from across America. You host them in your county for the last quarter board meeting. So in December, I'll have all these county officials here in Wise County. And
awesome.
Doing that. We've got like both sides of Trinity Street booked out for a dinner, and going to be really cool. And let them see what we got going on here. So
I guess you're going to run them through the courthouse?
Oh, yeah. We're going to do a little programming in the courthouse. Yeah. So
put them up in the court?
We'll be at the conference center, and of course, I mean, it's a bunch of hotel rooms they're booking out, which is awesome.
Opry singer?
Yep. And we're going to do some afternoon programming in the courtroom and let them see that and experience that.
You're pretty theatrical. Why don't you get on the stage?
It's a thought. It's a thought, really.
Doc's just up there in his jester costume dancing around for him.
So just a cool opportunity, and it's really it's neat having Wise County on that stage. Yeah, and being able to represent that way, and I get all kinds of connections I would not have otherwise, and people I can call. And
has that happened here yet before? I guess
us host NACO here?
Yeah.
Nope,
never. Okay,
nope.
nice.
Yep.
Very cool.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah,
coming a long way.
Yeah,
Wise County.
Yeah.
Thanks to good leaders.
Taylorsville.
Yeah.
Thanks to good leaders. Yeah.
So I'm gonna pull a Doc. I got a deep question for you.
What?
Okay. So. And I
for lunch 2 days ago.
Yeah, what you had for lunch today? So I've heard you probably three or four times in different meetings, conferences, talking about the courthouse.
Yep.
And when I hear you talking about it, it has sparked stuff in me getting excited about the courthouse. That I was born and raised here. I lived here, so it kind of gets it's just it just kind of I pass it every day.
Yeah.
Ever since then, it's sparked a interest in me when I'm coming into work.
You getting emotional?
Yes, I
see his eyes cheering.
I know.
I'm starting to cry.
You need a napkin?
I watch for it now, so I'm seeing, and every time I pass it in the morning, I'm looking at what's changing, what's going on, and I've talked to you about the windows alone with the lights in it. It's different, it's cool, and I really appreciate that about you. So, what is the one thing that you would want the community to get out of the
That's
courthouse?
A deep thought, dude.
I told you it's deep. What is the one thing that you hope the community gets out of the whole rehabilitation of the courthouse?
I hope there's a focus and awareness of, what I said, that it was an aspirational project. Our county fathers said, hey, we know this is going to look out of place now, but this is where we're trying to steer this community. And my challenge on it would be we're still not there yet, because it still looks like an unusual building to us, and it sits there so grand, so perfect, so beautiful. That's the kind of community we're trying to build, and it took guys of vision then to get this rolling, and we have to be those people of vision now. And they made bold decisions, things they knew they weren't going to see in their lifetime, and that's how we have to be leading as a community. And I think, too, there's a lot of pros and cons and different feelings about growth, and I think this project can show that, hey, we can balance preservation and progress at the same time. We don't have to sacrifice local history just to have some growth. And I think that's really important. And I think too, it's just one of those buildings that, whether you born and raised here or you moved here last week, you love that building.
Right.
And that's why I've enjoyed this project so much, because just like you, when you ask me questions about it, I love that, because the community's plugged into it.
Right.
And like that Facebook page we set up for it has been so good, because we keep people in the loop on what's happening, share pictures from inside and things we find, and people are engaged with it. And I don't know of another project I've experienced that has had such community coalition around it, to follow it and be excited about it. And I think that's a really proud thing for Wise County. And, like Matt Fisher asked me a question about it the other day, and he said, I bet you're tired of people asking about the courthouse. And I said, no, I'm not. And I said, I love that, and people I don't know will say, well, you getting close on the courthouse? I'm like, yeah, we're getting there.
Just give them a little more hope each time.
Yeah. So that's been really special. That's what I hope they take away from it is we're growing, but we don't have to sacrifice who we are. So,
nice. Awesome. And then I think there is a tour of courthouses, like the whole state of Texas?
So there is a and there's like Facebook groups for it. There is a community of people that strive to see all 254 Texas courthouses. Okay. And they go around, they take photos of themselves at it. They try and get a picture with the county judge, if you're in when they come in. Yeah. And they share in these Facebook groups, and it's like a badge of honor that when they tick off all 254. And,
nice. Okay.
Yeah.
254
courthouses.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah. And that's a lot of ground to cover too. But they'll go they'll go out to the Big Bend region and hit those counties together, like on the same trip.
Right.
That's a trek to get out there. That ain't easy.
Yeah.
No.
I love that
big
area
counties.
though. Yeah.
They're big counties.
Huge counties. Yeah.
Not dense like here. But it's beautiful out there.
Yeah.
I plan on taking the wife and kid and some family out there when they come down from Chicago, because you can't describe like far west.
No,
Texas.
it's otherworldly. Yeah.
That's how I was.
Yep.
That's exactly what I tell them. It's otherworldly. Like you're different planets.
Yep.
Thursday, grand opening.
Yep.
You going to be there shaking babies, kissing hands?
Yeah, we've got a pretty cool ceremony lined up. It'll be at 10 a.m., but at 9:45, doing a musical prelude. We've got this group called the North Texas Caledonian Pipes and Drums, and it's bagpipers and drummers.
That's cool.
They're going to do about a 15-minute musical prelude, just trying to set that tone of some culture and reverence. And a lot of Scottish stonemasons did these courthouses that were immigrants and knew how to work stone. And then we've they're going to play some ceremonial music while the veterans group raises the flags for the first time on the new flagpoles.
Nice.
The whole Decatur Varsity Chamber Choir is coming to do the national anthem. THC, Texas Historical Commission, they're going to be well represented and speak there. I'll share some thoughts and just a couple fun surprises in there too. So
Looking
and
forward
then
to
it's
that.
just going to be open house.
Yeah.
So the ceremony will be about 45 minutes is what I'm thinking, and then we'll just have the building open for open house if you want to go grab lunch and then come see it. We'll just have it open until 2:00.
Any famous people coming that you know of that you can say? Or is
No,
that
I mean,
a couple surprises?
yeah.
Heath Taylor.
Besides,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah,
The namesake of our former town.
That's right.
the mayor emeritus of Taylorsville.
Yes,
So,
yes.
yeah, but it's going to be awesome, and we just the courthouse is going to get there. I'm just hoping it's an outdoor ceremony, hoping for good weather, and it's looking good so far.
I think the
So,
weather's going to
yeah,
be
yeah,
perfect.
yeah,
Ordered, custom ordered.
Yeah,
That's
so
right.
It'll be fun.
So-
and I'll tell people too, like that's on a Thursday, which isn't convenient for everybody. But if we'd done it on a Saturday, it would have been unmanageable crowd wise.
Yeah.
So we're doing the rededication ceremony on a Thursday, and then we will have other opportunities through the fall and the Christmas season for people to come in and see the building. So yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
Cool.
Are the lights going to stay on inside at night?
In all the rooms, probably not in all the rooms.
That was the coolest
yeah,
thing.
yeah,
Is one time
yeah.
I remember driving by
Yes.
at night and all the lights on the inside were in stark
The
dark.
bell
outside.
tower will be illuminated interior, and maybe the courtroom lights. I don't know.
Yeah,
'Cause
that's the ones.
that's
I
kind of
think
an eye catcher.
It is.
Yeah.
The courtroom lights were the ones.
Yeah.
Mainly because I drive through Trinity through Trinity Street.
The lights in the attic have been cool too because then they've come out those stained glass windows up there.
I mean, if we have to take a new county tax assessment just to keep the lights
we're
on,
not floating that. No,
We're not throwing that out there.
No.
come on, people, let's keep the lights on.
But the courthouse will be new lighting because there's up lights
Yes,
now
yes.
that wasn't
Yep.
on before. What
Yep.
you said, the bell tower, all the lighting and stuff.
Yep.
So it's going to
It's really gonna stand out.
It's really going to
Yep.
stand out.
Yep.
I think. So
And using the historic look street lamps like Decatur
Yeah.
Town Square is used around, that's just going to be a nice tie.
yeah,
So
it'll look good.
Yep.
The fencing, the rail that we
Yep,
looked at
yep,
today, I think
yep.
it looks great.
Oh yeah, we
Thank
got
you.
the,
Yeah,
just the
yeah.
simple stuff like the black railing
Yeah.
around the yardage.
Yeah, it makes it. I think it's really going to make it stick out and stand out.
Yard.
Yep.
Or if we're doing period, accurate, is it yard or is it common area or is it?
that's a good
What's the
question.
other one?
Stay off the grass, people.
Yeah.
Stay off the grass. Yeah.
Is that your department?
That's my department.
Is it?
No. That's county land.
It is, I know that, but y'all have picked up trash on county land before.
No, they do. So we go up to the curb,
Okay,
and they handle the rest. They do a great job.
gotcha.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's going to be really cool, really special, and we're skating into the big finish. But as you guys saw today, like
Yeah.
pictures that have been shared don't prepare people for what it feels like.
No.
And,
Go and be in that
Yep.
in
Yep.
person.
Yep.
Yeah.
yeah. Like when you and I can't tell people enough. When you walk into that courtroom, it's just the awe that you feel. It's pretty crazy.
Yep.
And I've been in there before, but it's I've never been in there like it was today.
And that's ours,
Open like that.
and what a gift from our
Yes,
county
that's
forefathers. It's amazing.
Yep. Except for the guy that covered all that up. Can you imagine that guy? Who's in charge of that?
That happened to a lot of courthouses, and it was all that same
Yeah.
mid-century, and they were doing it in the name of modernization. Because you think about it, at that time, it was just an old building to them, and they're
Right.
wanting to modernize in the mid-century. They also had new codes that they were trying to, we got to put an elevator in here. Well, path of least resistance, you running up the central atrium.
Stairwell, yeah, that's right. Yep.
That's the generation that gave us the boomers.
I didn't say it.
I didn't say it.
And you think back
Chance
to
Overton.
back to our original architecture conversation. Architecture changed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
It's coming back.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Needs to come back.
Yeah.
So on Thursday, show up square at 9, grab some coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come
Grab
get some coffee.
Grab a,
Yep.
grab
That's
a
right.
whiskey. Grab a pizza.
Grab a whiskey.
Yeah.
Pizza won't be open yet.
Go to Harris Music. Buy
gonna
a
be
guitar.
awesome.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
or a
Just
vacuum.
spend some
Or a
money on the
vacuum.
square.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Get your
vacuum too.
vacuum
Yeah.
cleaner.
I think it'll be a really busy day for all those folks on the square, and
Yep.
that's great, And
Don't come down Main and State because those are the roads that be closed.
Main and State are going to be closed.
Yep.
So we're doing seating out in the streets, and and have a stage out in front of the courthouse.
So kind of in front of Sweetie Pies.
Breakfast taco. Yeah. That's fine.
You still get food.
Yep.
You just won't be able to go down those two.
We shared the Decatur Main Street parking map of all the parking that's available around. And then Grace Baptist Church, just down the street, they're making their parking lot available and running shuttles for people up to so super nice.
Cool. I heard the Chief was going to be open too, so if you want to stop in a little early, and grab
Chief to Square shuttle system.
I can promise you he won't be up at 9 a.m. in the morning.
That'd be a heck of a shuttle too.
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah, we were half joking, but can you still have get a beverage to go, an alcoholic beverage in the state?
Yeah,
that carried over from COVID. So
long as it can't be, it has to be a food establishment.
Okay, well, fair. Well,
so
both are there.
Yeah, like a Chief, he can't do to-go beverages because he's not a food establishment. But yes,
okay.
I don't think you could take one into the courthouse, but I don't think we're gonna.
No.
Put it in a cup.
Yeah, that gets complicated.
It does get a little complicated.
Okay. But it's gonna be special. I don't know what to expect on number of people there. I mean, it's a Thursday, but there's a lot of interest. So
that's cool.
I think it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see it.
City's been great partners on getting ready for it, and even through the whole project, and things people don't realize, like letting us use that parking lot that you want back.
I do need it back.
Yeah, to store construction things in, so we didn't have to store it all up on the square, because that would have been tough.
It would have been. Yeah. I bet that was tough, no matter what.
Yeah,
because there's not much room.
No,
there's
it's
a
tight.
lot of traffic.
It's
up
tight.
there.
Yeah.
So
and we don't have much lawn to sit things.
No.
Yeah.
That's the other word I was looking for. Lawn.
Lawn.
Yeah, lawn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not a yard, it's a lawn.
Yardage.
Did I say yardage?
That's what you said.
I said yardage.
Yardage.
It's a lawnage.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, man. I think it's a good place to wrap it up. Judge,
awesome.
Thanks for coming back on the show.
Thank you all for having me again,
and
for your interest in the project. So
that's awesome.
Thanks for the tour. It was awesome
for the tour. Yes, and thanks for your continued work for the county. And it never fails. Anytime I see you in public, you always shake hands. You always give it a minute to talk and chat. Say hello to my wife and kid or whatever. You're always there for your community, and that means a lot.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank y'all.
Is that a Wise County shirt you got on?
It's not. This is West Texas County Judges and Commissioners.
Man, I need to get that logo's pretty nice? Awesome.
Yeah,
I know it's pretty sweet. Logo. I've been looking at it all night. I was trying to see.
We're in the West Texas region of when they divide us up.
Okay. So nice. Awesome.
Well, thanks to the listeners.
Yeah, thank y'all.
If you like the show, please leave us a review. Go check out Judson Clark and download his music. Leave him a review.
Before you leave, Virgil Leather Company, but also thank you, Wendell, again.
Wendell.
For the freaking shirts, bro.
Yeah.
These are awesome.
I mean, this is awesome.
I wore it all day today.
Yeah, Wendell Wiggins. Coming in clutch. Two sisters.
He's a great guy.
Two sisters. Yeah.
He's our number one fan.
Two Sisters Creations.
He's the one that got us these T-shirts.
Yeah, check it out.
Yeah, he comes in clutch just about every episode now. Yeah, Two Sisters Creations is where you can find his merch.
Nice. All right.
Thanks everybody. Good night.
Adios.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Oh, that's
good. You've been listening to the Whiskey Bros Around the Table.
Gracias por convivir con los hermanos